Alright. How about we go do some camping, huh? But first, we need to go to the store and round up a couple supplies. Got something a little different planned for this week. Tires rubbing. Got something different planned for dinner. Got something in the back flopping around. Got a new hot sauce. What else do I got? Got a new camp soda. I don't know. Can't remember things, but I got things to do and to show you. What we got to do is get on to the store, which is part of what's going to be different this week. So give me like a couple minutes, because where we're going is not very far away. We'll go and see what we can find. All right, can I get you guys positioned to where you can see me? All right, I know some of you guys are into the budget camp foods. We haven't done one in a minute, so that's what we were going to do. Now, luckily, around where I live, there's a dollar store like every 50 feet. I don't know why they put them in so many and so close, but they're everywhere. So I have one. I think it's like 9 minutes to one and 10 to the other. So it makes it kind of nice for this kind of stuff. That total for everything, including the ice, was 21 bucks. You're not gonna be able to hear me too loud. So yeah, if you didn't hear that, that total for everything, including a big bag of ice, was 21 bucks. So not too shabby, because that's enough creamer to last a couple weeks for sure. Of course, ice is going to last like a couple days. My cooler's not amazing. And then those chips are going to be like a 2-sitting kind of deal. I could definitely put down a half a bag pretty easily by myself, unless they're gross. I've never had those. So at least we got a new snack for this week to try. The new hot sauce. Which one do I have? I don't remember. I have a new hot sauce of some sort in here. Now, the plan for this week was to do a little fishing again, because I just can't catch anything. And I know some of you guys are probably sick of watching me cast a pole and catch nothing. Well, I have a whole nother river I was going to go to and try my luck there that I know there's bass and catfish and bluegill and all that stuff in. And I have caught all those out of that river before. One of the biggest carp I've ever caught has actually been out of this river. But it's just going to rain like continuously. The weather was supposed to be really nice this week, and some rain worked its way in, especially over the last like 48 hours. It's nice out now. It's not supposed to rain, but it rained today. And I caught a glimpse of the river. I can see it from here, and it just looks pretty brown. Oh, about hit a deer. But yeah, the river doesn't look amazing, so I don't know if I'm going to catch anything. I mean, we know I'm not going to catch anything. But anyway, we're back in the Suburban. Definitely did not want to hit that deer, because I'm still working on this thing. I'm really contemplating on selling it. I don't know As you may have caught a glimpse of the dash, it's just ripped out of here and terrible looking because the radio recently quit working on top of the other 10 things I want to fix. So it's just kind of in pieces currently, but still runs good. We can still sleep in it, so we're taking it. So all we got to do now is grab a camp soda and I think head to the river. Yeah, I would say that fishing may not be very good today. Well, what I was gonna do was go with a live bait. That's what I was thinking of. Live bait. I've not done that in a while, and for me personally, like in ponds and rivers, it seems like I've done better with live bait. I don't know. I mean, the live bait would be moving, but I still don't think it's going to do well. The river's too high and it's moving pretty quick. I don't know. Maybe next time. I don't know how much of that you can see, but that appears to be a pretty big line of traffic. Oh, already late in the day. Why not hold up a little bit longer? We're going to get to camp one of these hours. Well, update. It's officially been 40 minutes of sitting on the interstate. I mean, we got some time before dark, but it's much later in the afternoon than I want it to be. All right, finally made it. That took forever. This is one of the closer campgrounds to home, and it still took forever. And there's a random deer right there, just kind of eating. Doesn't even act like he cares I'm standing here. Alright, well, apparently he doesn't mind, so I don't either. You'll probably hear my feet squishing in the mud from that rain from earlier. It says no more rain, but we know how that goes. We'll definitely do a little weather check if we can here in a minute. Seems to be a decent spot. I don't know, it's got a little fire ring, picnic table, trash can. Should be alright. Well, now that it's plenty later in the afternoon, I say we go ahead and get this thing started. Got a little homemade fire pit, some of you have seen. I don't know why, I just really wanted to use that thing this week. Ow, hot. Hot lighter. There we go. Their fire pit is really hardly any bigger than mine. All right, got a couple sticks in there that'll take off. So now what I need to do is wander around here and try to find a little firewood. All right, that should do right there actually. I think I'm going to go do a few more trips just like that and probably round up enough to burn all night. All right, that's enough of that nonsense for a few minutes. It is hot, humid, it's something. Let's just have a look-see. I have just a tiny bit of service. 80 degrees, 52% humidity. I don't think you can see that humidity. It's kind of small, but it's It's pretty warm, but I still think it's about time for a little snack and maybe a camp soda. All right, so I'm not normally a huge fan of Korean style something, or like Korean barbecue sauces typically, but I believe I have had Korean fried chicken at some point. I just don't know how good that's going to translate into a chip. We'll give it a shot. Typical half bagger. I guess that's just permanent now. Like, we're never going back to just a normal bag of chips, even 3/4 of the way full. Doesn't smell terrible. Get a little boo-boo, so just ignore the Band-Aid and electrical tape. Oh yeah, it says wavy right on it. I missed that part. Looks pretty good and seasoned. Some of these are some pretty large chips. They're actually not terrible. Usually these like mashups, you can't taste one or the other, or something just doesn't stand out. But the Korean style flavor is there, but it's not overbearing, which is a good thing. But it could be a little bit stronger. I can't necessarily say that it tastes just like chicken, but there's a hint of it in there. Could just be like poultry seasoning. I don't know, but like crunching into the chip almost like puts you in the mind of crunching into some like real crispy chicken skin. I'd give them like a 6-8. Not the best chip I've ever had, but I'd have them again. All right, I'm gonna go put these down, and I say it's time for a camp soda. Well, after many moments of searching, no camp soda or coffee. So I guess that's gone. Grew legs and walked away. I don't know. So our camp soda is a Keystone Light. A lot of you have seen me drink this, so it's nothing new. It's just kind of my go-to light beer. No point in putting it in a cup that doesn't exist, because that's still missing. Great. Good, light, refreshing. Any other light beer. Oh, today's been great. Just from beginning to now. Perfect. I had another, what was it? Irish beer? Like a Fatheads Brewing, I don't know. It was something different. Artwork looked pretty good. Never had it before. So that's floating around somewhere between here and where I bought it. This will do. I know I've had a couple of you out there say this is your go-to, so I know some of you like it. I don't know about in your area, but this stuff is like $9.99 for 15 of them. Or like 20, 21 bucks for a 30 pack, so pretty hard to beat. It's just made by Coors. I think there's like the Coors logo on here somewhere. There used to be. There definitely used to be a Coors symbol on these cans. What the French toast? Well, it says Coors Brewing Company in Colorado. Anyway, just have one of these. The smoke blasts me right in my retinas. Oh, I'm just gonna let that fire burn some more. Throw some more sticks on there. Try to regain vision and oxygen. Guess we'll just get started on dinner. It's getting a little late now. Sun's about down. There's been a couple obstacles, but we are going to have a good night. All right, it's been a few minutes. Surely we can cook on this fire now. Let's go check. Still pretty hot. I think we're going to burn dinner, but let's do it anyway. Put our homemade cooking grate on top of our homemade fire pit. All right, so I don't love Tyson chicken, but I've never had Tyson pork. Savory campfire. I don't know. It might be double campfired after this. Ready to cook, gluten-free, 30 grams of protein per serving. Seems all right. 12 ounces, so these must be about 6 a piece. I feel like $5 is a pretty decent deal. I don't know. We got 15% solution of water and salt, rubbed with seasoning, smoke flavor added. That's it. Pork, water, salt, sugar, spices, salt, gum arabic, dried garlic, molasses, bourbon grill flavor. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll get this on there first and get that started. Maybe if we set it to the side, it won't completely burn up instantly. All right, let's get some water going for rice and potatoes. It's probably maybe perfect, maybe too much. Who knows? All right, while we burn the pork chop, we might as well try this week's hot sauce. Something I did not lose or forget. Frank's Red Hot Squeeze Korean Barbecue. The Korean barbecue chicken chips in this, complete accident. But it kind of worked out, I guess. Squeeze with ease. It's got a little meter there. It says medium, so we know it's not going to be hot probably at all. But we're going to give it a shot anyway and see if it doesn't at least taste all right. A little thick. A little sweet. It's got a little kick to it. More than I expected. I don't hate it. It's just like jelly coming out of this bottle. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Kind of reminds me of the bachans, if you've ever had that. Kind of the sweet and kind of the spicy. I normally don't like the two together. I'm more of a spicy kind of person, but pull it off all right. I make a good chicken wing. Hopefully it's good on campfire pork. I don't know. Oh, not too bad actually. Water is pretty steamy at least. All right, let's think about these sides now. So Idahoan buttery home-style mashed potatoes. They come in a cup. How good could they be, right? But they're like $1.60, and that's a good camp food, I feel like. Just add water and microwave for 1.5 minutes. So I feel like really super hot, boiling water off a fire. I'm sure at least double that because it's just kind of sitting there. Surely in like 4 minutes even it would be done, right? Rice-a-roni, hot and spicy. Probably not spicy, just jalapeno and cheddar. Just add water and microwave for 3.5 minutes. That one's going to take a minute. Figure we put some real hot water in there. It's probably going to take at least 5 or 6. I don't know. I didn't realize before this channel that you could just do this like you can with certain ramens, like boiling water, cover it and let it sit. Yeah, you can do that with like mac and cheese, mashed potato, any of this stuff. So it should be pretty easy. The rice, I don't know, it might be a little hard by the time we're done. We're gonna let it go as long as we can. Well, we definitely got a boil. I think it's gonna work. Peel that back. I believe it's just got a water line up and yep, you can see it in there maybe. Should be the same with the rice. You're not gonna be able to see it, but there is a little indentation right there. That one's kind of hard to see from here. All right, cover those. Give them 5 minutes. All right, it's probably not been long enough. I can never get these angles right. You're too low. But it's definitely been a few good minutes on the potatoes. So we'll try those first. It's just potato powder and water. Probably put cold water in there and it'll be done in a couple minutes. A little powdery on the bottom. You better give it a good stir. Okay, still powder on the bottom. Apparently, you need a concrete mixer to do this. Consistency wise, they don't look awful. Never had these before, so I don't know what they're supposed to look like, but looks like real mashed potatoes, I guess. Smell all right. This cup is very hot on my hand, so these are definitely inedible as far as temperature goes. So you know that means let's take a bite. See that steam coming off there? Kind of bland, but I will say, in Idahoans' defense, I've had much worse real mashed potatoes. I ran out of pepper last week, got some, didn't put it in the truck. A little bit of butter and a little bit of pepper, those would not be terrible. That was a hot bite. It's like hot all the way down. Shouldn't have done that. The best mashed potatoes that I've ever had, period, were, what's her name? Paula Deen. I was in Tennessee, like Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area. There's a buffet down there, and they will just bring you like chicken and like sides until you can't eat anymore. And her mashed potatoes were probably the best I've ever had. I would say next in line to that would probably be Bob Evans. Even the ones you just buy out of the tub at the store, to me those are really good. Those are both like 8s and up, right? So compared to like that kind of stuff, I mean, it's like realistically probably a 5. Edible. Probably wouldn't get them again anytime real soon, but camping and I really wanted like an easy mashed potato, perfectly acceptable. The rice, I don't know, it's probably not done yet, but let's try it anyway. Okay. I don't know, maybe. Little bit of moisture still left in there. I'm gonna say probably not. But we're running out of light and patience. I don't care. I'll eat it crunchy like cereal. Doesn't smell very appetizing, I'll say that. Not crunchy, but definitely not cooked all the way. I feel like that water's probably supposed to be completely gone, and it's not. If you can see that soup in there. So I would say that could have used a few more minutes, but overall it's not terrible. I don't know about this hot and spicy. Barely any kick at all to me. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Just to give it a fighting chance, we're gonna put the lid back on it. We're gonna let it sit for just a few more minutes. And we're gonna try the pork chop. All right, I think over here we may have a little bit more light. It's getting pretty low. This pork chop actually does not smell terrible. See how bad we can burn ourselves on this. Cooked all the way through. Pretty juicy, pretty tender. My complaint is, it doesn't taste so much like campfire. It definitely tastes like fake smoke. The campfire smoke probably didn't help, but it definitely has that fake liquid smoke flavor that I know I didn't get out of that fire. It's a little strong, actually. Kind of sitting right in the back of the throat. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if they make a plain version of that without the campfire seasoning. It would be better. Because we all know, like, Burger King's, like, liquid smoke flavor they put on their meat. Or so I've heard. I could be wrong. But it actually kind of tastes like natural smoke. I don't know. It's just better than that. Definitely tastes like it come out of like a bottle and just dumped on there. I don't know. Let's see if the hot sauce helps. And I broke it already. What happened? I don't understand. What? I don't know. What did I do? Maybe right there. I'll try that. I don't know. It's going to help for sure. So we're just going to dump a bunch right on there. If you can even see that, I'm going to say I doubt it. Maybe regretting that decision. That's an odd flavor. So I better try it again. Kind of puts you in the mind of like a urinal cake. Bathroom cleaner. I don't know. Not super desirable. But I'm going to keep doing it for some reason. I think somehow it helps. I don't know how or why. All right, let's revisit the rice-a-roni. Still, yeah, I don't think that helped much at all. Still very soupy. But a little bit more of that liquid soaked in there, so maybe the flavor's a little better. Nope, about the same. Pretty bland. Maybe this one don't try on a campfire. Unless you want to sit for like 8 minutes. Which is fine, I would have, but you can see it's pretty much dark. Just trying to finish this up more than anything. Kind of an odd dinner. But not terrible. Especially considering this was what? $2.50 worth of pork chop. These were $1.60 before tax, so probably right at $2. So like $7, $7.50 for dinner. That's not awful. For like a home cooked-ish. I'll call it that. It's not. We all know it's not, but I'm gonna call it that anyway. Just because it's like a meat and a couple sides. Like something you would normally find like home cooked. It's not like a hot dog or a burger. I'm gonna say for the ease and the price, more ease. But still, I'm gonna call it acceptable. Just because I've eaten much worse food on someone's dinner table that they made from scratch. That Korean barbecue sauce never got any warmer. Heat, it's like a 3.5. Flavor though, it's like a 6. I would get it again. Splash of that in some ramen. Make a couple wings with it. It wouldn't be terrible. This rice and mashed potatoes, definitely black pepper. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm just dumping rice juice all over my face. I'm going to finish this dinner up. Try to get this mess cleaned up before it gets any darker if it can. So, stick around. I'll be back. Actually, let's start by getting this cooking grate off there. Keep this fire stoked up a little bit. Okay, mess is cleaned up. It's pretty easy. One dirty skillet, one dirty spatula, That pot just had water. That's not dirty to me. 2 little paper cups and a paper plate and a fork. I'm used to much bigger messes than that. I kind of like these budget meals because you just go buy some stuff and kind of throw it together. Especially if like 1 pot meals, you can't beat it. Cook it all in one thing, throw it on some plates or bowls and eat it and you're done. So maybe next budget meal we should do a 1 pot dinner. I guess the only thing to do now is to relax. Sun's all the way down, it's pretty much dark, mess is cleaned up. About all there is left to do. I have another keystone. Throw another piece of stick on that fire. That one there will do. Sure, why not? Might as well go with that one too. Well, it's a nice morning, but it is already very humid. Slept pretty well, but I turned my fan on low setting. I'm glad I did. There was a couple times I could have used the next setting up. So I think all those like 55-degree days are over with. I'm seeing 70s, like high 70s to mid 80s, I think, next week. And all the lows at night are definitely no lower than like 65-ish. So I think the warm and muggy weather is finally set in. But what I need to do is get this mess cleaned up, get this vehicle packed up, and then I got something a little different planned for breakfast, brunch. I don't know what it's considered, but it's something new. We've never tried it. I've seen it before. That's what we're going to do. All right, we got a new fast food hack review to do. Now apparently what you do is you just grab you a double cheeseburger or a McDouble, take you a McDonald's hash brown, slap that thing right in the middle of that thing, and it's supposed to be pretty tasty. Oh, let's find out. Make sure there's not like a dog turd in this. Sometimes McDonald's can be a little sketchy. All right, looks normal. So just take that thing that doesn't feel very crispy at all, and you just stick it right on there. Slap your bun back on, and that's what you got. It's all right. I knew I wouldn't love it because I don't even love hash browns, but it's pretty good. I can see why people would like it. You just get that little extra greasy crunch in there. All right, I'm gonna try something else a little different on mine. I got a side of their egg, like the sandwich round patty egg. Let's slap that thing on there and see what that does. I don't love egg on burger either, but I figured I'm here. Why not give it a shot? Better with the egg. Just a little better. All right, let's step it up one more notch. This is the last modification. Mac sauce. If you know, you know. Is that a thing anymore? Do people say that? I don't know. But Mac sauce on a burger is pretty tasty, but a Big Mac is a waste of money because it's the same meat. So what I do, I grab me a McDouble, ditch the ketchup, ditch the mustard, add Mac sauce, tastes the same. Now I didn't put it all over the whole thing because I don't know if it's going to be very good with an egg. Let's give it a shot. It's a little odd with the egg. I'm gonna say with the hash brown added to the burger, it's a 5.5. It's all right, wouldn't get it again if I didn't have to, kind of thing, but it's tolerable. I'm gonna say add the egg, It's about a 6.2. And then the max sauce adding to that, so it's like a 6.3. It helped a little bit. I don't think any variation of this situation could ever reach like a 7, but it's not bad. Give it a shot. All right, so that was kind of an odd breakfast to brunch situation. I really kind of thought that was going to be better than it was with the way people on the internet were ranting and raving about it. What is rattling? Do random rattles in the back of your vehicles just drive you bonkers? Because they do me sometimes. Anyway, so yeah, comment down below. Let me know if you guys have tried that, or just anything else you want to see on the channel. I'm always down to try new hacks and random things and weird stuff, and I don't care what I eat, really. I'll eat a handful of dirt if you guys will watch it. But this is kind of a random camping trip, that's for sure. Things didn't really go the way I wanted them to, but you'll have that. But you know that we're still going to go camping. So if you made it this far in the video, think about that like button. Maybe jam on that subscribe situation. Apparently that helps me out a lot, and I do believe it lets you guys know when I upload, but just stay tuned every Friday. And hop over to TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. We got something going on all those platforms. I'm trying to leave all the names, which is just my first and last name, Brian Riffle, and Never Lost Outdoors. But I'll put it in the description box anyways, in case you forget. Got my P.O. box set up. That's down in the description box. Check that out. If there's anything you'd like to send into the channel to watch me review, or just something featured maybe from your area. We've had stuff from Delaware so far. I think we got another package coming from Wisconsin shortly. But other than that, I think that's about enough rambling for one camping trip. I got some errands to run, a couple things to do. Maybe start thinking about next week's situation. I have no idea yet, but you know we'll get into something. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.